Cheers! Welcome to my channel. This is a timely tarot oracle reading about random shift. This is general or collective, so parts of it may or may not resonate with you. Take what works for you and leave the rest. If you're watching it this time, it's perfect for you. Having said that, if it has been a while since I posted this, what was going on in your life back then? That could give you further clarity as to your situation now. So we have this reading coming up here. We have the underlying energy is the Fool. So the Fool's on a brand new journey, new energy coming in. This is really representing an eclipse energy, and I just happened to be on the, we had the total solar eclipse on yesterday as I'm doing this reading, and so we have a new beginning and an ending for sure. So this is saying the Fool's on a new journey, that we're at the 0 point. The sun in the background is white. It's representing a clean slate as he goes off on this leap of faith onto a new journey. He has a little bit of baggage with him, but not much. And it's talking about him being on a cycle or two in the past with these tattered sleeves. So he's about to go on a brand new cycle and new adventure. And this is talking about at the same time is ending an old one. Very much eclipse season energy. And we have the transition. So a lot of times people are afraid of this card, but tarot is not, and oracles are not predictive. What they are is a snapshot of what's happening at this time. So this is basically saying you're coming to the end of one cycle and you're moving on to a new one. And we have Vayu the dragon. This is from my oracle, Tales from the Vector, with his little guardian angel. Yes, they're in dire straits at this time. The vultures are circling and it looks bleak, but the sun is about to rise in the east and they will continue their journey. We have the Knight of Wands talking about a rebel with a cause. So this is an energy of making a choice to take some action that's passionate. There's some information or communication coming in. The Knight of Wands has this big red plume on the back of his helmet. This is representing that, you know, he can be very impulsive and he also could be a bit of a hothead, but he comes from the element of fire represented by the wand here. And so the wands are made of wood. And the wood fuels fire, so it represents taking passionate action. So this is a rebel with a cause. And he has learned that it's not the best idea to take impulsive action. And he's reining his emotions in and disciplining his mind. So you can see the horse is talking about wanting to move forward and heartfelt energy, a lot of passion, but he has learned it's better to rein it in a little and take a look at where you're going before you just impulsively go there. He's actually responding to what's happening around him rather than reacting to it. So this, you know, could be a situation where you're about to receive, or you just received some information that is maybe could be, you know, shake you up a little bit, that type of energy. But it's saying don't react to it. Take a few moments, rein yourself in, and respond. You notice the pyramids in the background here on this card represent the rebel with a cause. He has a love for knowledge and exploring the wonders of the world. And, you know, when he gets faced with new energy, he is looking at it as an adventure. So it's saying, you know, don't get all worked up and then react to the energy. Instead, you want to respond. And that's what this card is saying. Now that you know what you know, that you have conviction beyond a doubt that this is the action that you're going to take. And you can see, like, the Seven of Wands is talking about, you know, he's standing on higher ground and he's got 6 people coming towards him, and there might even be more behind them, right? But he is determined. Now that he knows what he knows, he is standing up for himself. He's on higher ground. He's protecting his heart and his chest with this wand. And this is the action that he is standing up for himself. And you notice he has a boot on one foot and a shoe on the other. So this could be talking about a surprising change that happens really quickly and something that you weren't expecting. So if it is like that, you know, he might have put the wrong one, you know, the wrong footwear on. But this sometimes also can represent being kind of straddled between two realities. And I feel that definitely is being expressed here with the Fool out and the transition at the same time. And sometimes this can represent walking in someone else's shoes. So this could be talking about hearing some information about someone else, or sometimes this card can be conviction beyond a doubt because someone has been involved in some sort of forgery, identity theft, and you're finally going to you know, be in a position where the Wheel of Fortune starts turning for you because they've been caught, finally. It can take a long time to overcome identity theft, that's for sure, especially if they're catfishing and they're pretending to be you online and, you know, all sorts of things like that. So this is talking about, woohoo, the Wheel of Fortune is turning in your favor now. And the Wheel of Fortune is actually the past, the present, and the future all coming together into this moment right now. And it's saying that this is already happening on the spiritual realm. And this is a card of good fortune moving forward. This is Sagittarius energy, and this is also Sagittarius energy. So it can be talking about cosmic justice as well. In the Sagittarius constellation, there's a black hole, and a lot of people believe that black hole is the heart of the Milky Way. So you know, it's talking about universal and also God's judgment coming through to have that Wheel of Fortune start turning in your favor. We do have you know, on one of these wheels, the Hebrew letters for the name of God, which is Tetragrammaton. Now, a Tetragrammaton is a sacred geometric symbol. And it's talking about, you know, equalization of all forces and having perfect divine order. And so if you've had a lot of chaos in your life, this is talking about things coming back into order. And, you know, when the energy of the Knight of Wands is like expansion, like wanting to go on adventures, wanting to move forward, growing, that type of energy. And sometimes when we're in that energy, we can tend to be like, it gets a little messy on the edges there. And then it starts to contract again and come back into God's plan. And this is the way, okay, giving you a long enough leash, it's time to rein her in a little. And that's the energy that's happening. And so this is saying that, you know, you've had the courage and the strength to really take a good hard look at yourself and decide, I'm going to go really deep and I'm going to face all my fears. I want to reach this infinite potential, 100% to the power of infinity and beyond, and I am determined to do so. This is talking about this red lion. I mean, this young woman is reaching deep into this lion's mouth, which would be very, very dangerous to do. But he's being very submissive, and he's a mature male lion. So he is... this is saying that as you go deep into your fears that and face them, that you are going to reach his potential. And like the lion just accepts it because he can tell how determined she is. This quite often can talk about fears that you've had since you were young that come from your subconscious mind. And then we have the Knight of Pentacles coming in. So the Knight of Pentacles, you can see how different his energy is from the Knight of Wands. He is the slowest knight in the deck. He's the one that is, basically, he is, you know, he could have a board meeting with himself just to brush his teeth. And it can be really annoying waiting for the information to come in from the Knight of Pentacles. His horse is at a total standstill here. But the good news is when he does bring the information in, when you do get, you know, it's a solid offer usually, and he's done his research. It's, you know, he's done his homework. He knows what he's talking about here. And so this is saying that, you know, this new information comes in And then you need to make sure that checking out that information out for yourself. The pentacle, especially when it comes to pentacles, the pentacle energy is representing health, wealth, and happiness in the 3D. And so this energy, you know, a big part of that is money. And, you know, but at the same time, you could have all the money in the world and still not be living the lifestyle that you want to live. So the pentacle takes it further. Like, this is about lifestyle. And, you know, you may have, this could be saying, like, really check out the facts of what's going on here in this situation, because perhaps someone has been walking in your shoes and they haven't been doing a very good job of it. But hey, you're hard to keep up with. So there's only one you. They can try to be you all they want, but eventually it is going to catch up with them. And I feel like this is what this is saying. The transition is here. Yes, finally, right? So this is talking about, you know, making sure that you check into what like, you know, in this situation, you may be totally aware of what's going on, but hey, if there's no way of fixing it, and you've done everything you can to do so, and you know, it's just one of those things where the truth, you have to wait for the truth to come out in God's good time. And then we have, yeah, someone juggling lifestyles here. So I feel this is the energy that's been going on. Someone's pretending to be you, you know, or maybe someone's. It takes a lot of people to be you. You're a force to be reckoned with, for sure, in this reading. And so, but this is saying, like, you know, they've been busy doing this, but you've been busy being yourself. So they can, you know, it could take quite a few people to add up to you, apparently, because there's quite a few of them working at it. But this is about juggling morals as well. This card is saying, you know, that it's talking about this potential that's here, but juggling two lifestyles, basically. So especially, like, if it's sitting on this energy of wearing a boot on one foot and a shoe on the other. Two totally different lifestyles, two different people, and I feel like that's what this is saying. Someone's working very hard to pretend to be you, but they had to get reinforcement. So there's at least 6 other people involved in this, and you know, this is talking about juggling morals, juggling pentacles, juggling money, juggling identities, and it started off small. But then it gained momentum. So someone's been very busy. Now, multitasking is a very, very good skill to have. But eventually, sometimes we find that we're just being busy to be busy, you know. And this energy can say, you know, after a while, if you are multitasking too much, you might be actually doing more quantity than quality work. And this can really affect, you know, you have to do things twice, and I feel that definitely there's some mistakes being made in here now, and they're starting to come out in the open. This is the information coming in. And then we have, you know, well, of course, we have the shift disturber here. So the shift disturber, you know, we don't really know what the shift disturber is up to, but in this reading, I feel this is like positive energy in a way. Because I feel that what's happened is the shift disturber, you know, he stirs the pot, right? And this is innovative thinking in many ways. But, you know, he's a walking contradiction. We don't really know what he's up to. I do feel this is someone from the past, because there's 2 swords planted here, that, you know, this is he's sneaking around here, but he's got this bright red cap and these bright red boots on. And it's kind of like, you know, we can see, if he's a thief, we can see him clear as day. It's broad daylight. So he's not a thief in the night. This is someone that, you know, the swords in tarot represent the element of air and your thoughts. So the swords are representing sometimes, you know, how do you express your thoughts? You express your thoughts through words, and that could be written or it could be verbal. So this is about intellectual theft. In some ways, possibly, It can be talking about patents, that type of energy from inventors. Something's being snuck away. This also can talk about white-collar crime like embezzlement, identity theft, forgery, money laundering, that type of energy. So this, the shift disturber is sitting at his desk, and he's, you know, everybody's like, wow, he comes in early, he leaves late. The only time he takes off is on his lunch hour, and he always comes back totally refreshed and ready to go. And so he's like, you know, and in the meantime, he's pushing paper, and he's involved in a lot, there's a lot going on behind the scenes that he's getting his work done, but he's also getting other work done. And so the thing about the shift disturber and the walking contradiction is he's looking over his shoulder because he has to, apparently. And he's not looking where he's going. He, you know, he's on his tiptoes, you know, like in broad daylight. So it's kind of like, what the heck? And what bothers me the most about this card is the way he's carrying these swords. I've never seen anyone carry swords like this. Have you seen anyone carry swords like this? Put it in the comment below if you have. I want to know who does this, because these are very sharp. And he could trip, and you know, if he trips, he could really hurt himself. And he could very easily trip here because he's not watching where he's going. So he's moving into the future, totally not looking ahead, looking back at the past instead. And on top of it, you know, this is very dangerous behavior. And if he is this careless with his own energy, how careful do you think he would be with other people's energy? I do feel that this is someone that has been sneaking around in the background, causing a lot of issues. Let's see what else is going. Yes, it's caused a lot of lifestyle changes. It's caused a lot of energy, you know, for you. That you know, this is you, and you've been like, you're used to being successful, but now all of a sudden you've put 6 pentacles of time, money, and energy invested in something. You know, probably paid other people to do part of it because you're busy. You know, it's talking about you being busy at work. And this is all you've gotten out of it. And you're thinking, what the heck? Like, I put all this time, money, and energy, invested all of that into this for this? It doesn't even make sense. Like, what's going on here? Well, it could be this kind of energy going on. And from the other point of view, sometimes, and I feel this is from the point of view from the ones that have put a lot of energy, it's saying they've put a lot of energy into this, but they haven't received what they thought they were going to out of it. And I feel like, you know, this is also, from another perspective, can say this could be someone who, you know, they're used to only putting this much energy into something and getting all of this out of it. And that's how they like it. They like to do the bare minimum and then get the reward, you know, a huge reward from doing nothing. And generally, that energy is, you know, this energy right here. So this is someone who has put a lot of effort into doing, to taking this material or these pentacles, and they haven't been successful at doing it. That's what I feel this is saying here. And then we have the 6 of Pentacles, or 6 of Cups. So 6 of Cups is talking about reconciliation. I feel like this energy is basically, you know, this card is really a weird card in many ways. The 6 of Cups, the cups do talk about love. They can talk about romantic love, and quite often do, but they're talking about a reunion of some sort. Now, in the summer, quite often people do take reunions, but in this case, I feel like this is talking about this energy of reconciliation would imply that there needs to be forgiveness for something having been done. And, you know, you could forgive someone and never have anything to do with them. You don't even have to tell them you forgive them. The forgiveness is for your own benefit, so that you can clear the energy for yourself and move forward. But this is saying there could definitely be someone coming in from your past, from a past situation. They can see that you're done. Like you haven't been engaging with them. You don't want anything to do with them. You definitely don't want to have a reconciliation with them. You may have forgiven them and yourself for having been involved with them, but you're not entertaining ever having anything to do with this person again after they've done this. And so, but this energy sometimes can say that could be something that's coming up. And maybe you were in a situation where you just couldn't do it. Like you just couldn't make that cut. And now you're like, yeah, now that I know what I know, I don't want anything to do with the situation, period. And this is saying the Six of Cups is a card of illusion, and it quite often goes back to this energy here where this could be like going back, way back to your childhood. And this card, when you first look at it, you see like there's two children playing with these cups, with these potted plants. And but then when you look again, you realize, hey, those aren't children. That's a gnome, and this is a little woman. And this little woman is an old hag from the back, but in the front she looks young. And both of them are wearing a white mitt. And the old hag is like, go away, we don't want your stupid flowers. They're not even yours to give to us. But the younger woman, she doesn't want the flowers either, but she's explaining herself and she's being nice. Well, we're wearing our finery and we don't want to get our hands dirty with your messy pot. And the next thing, that we're looking at here is also, are you going to be a people pleaser and take someone back in after they've caused you all this problem, or are you ready to move forward in a brand new way? Now this could be somebody that you really care about, but the flowers here, white flowers in tarot represent innocence, but these flowers are not innocent. These flowers are from the nightshade family, and you would never plant these flowers and let children play with them. You wouldn't have them in your yard if you have children or pets, because if they're ingested, they can be very toxic. And this is Datra. And Datra sometimes is used by shamans to create visions in their ceremonies, but it's with adults and they know what they're doing. So this whole situation is one big illusion. And even the person that's watching over them in the background is actually a stranger walking down the path. So it's like, what the heck? There's definitely something that's happened here, and it could be from, people in your inner circle, basically, people that you've known or you've known in the past for sure. But I feel that you've put them in your past. You're not engaging with that energy at this time, and so this is talking about, perhaps you may find that people are starting to come back and wanting to engage with you that you haven't seen in a very long time. And it's saying, that would be up to you totally 100% whether you want to do that. But, people tend to show us who they are the first time around. And we don't want to believe them sometimes, but, it's sometimes, and we have victory here because you stand firm in your, I'm going on my new adventure. I'm a rebel with a cause and I want victory and that's the energy. And so we do have victory here. This is the Six of Wands is talking about a victory because you reined your emotions in and you proven yourself to be a leader, that you can handle this energy coming at you. And even them in the background, they're a little disgruntled. This could be like something like a promotion at work. And, they all applied for it as well, but you're the one, but you were a clear leader. You did the work and you are clearly the leader here. You are clearly the one that deserves this position. And so that's the energy. Really, really good energy. It's talking about if you've been in a cycle where, things have been in, this kind of energy, I feel it's definitely ending and it's moving forward. And I love that it's on the day after I'm doing this reading, it's the day after a total solar eclipse. The solar eclipse is when the light, the sun gets blocked out. And all you can see is the dark. So you might have had a bit of an emotional time lately, and really wondering if there is going to be, you know, justice in your situation. And this is saying clearly, you will come out of this with victory as long as you rein yourself in and you don't be really impulsive. That's what they want you to do. They're trying to, you know, the shift disturber wants to stir the pot to see if they can get you to really do something stupid, and then they can say, aha, I told you so. That's exactly what I was saying. So this energy, if you're going to be a rebel with a cause, do it without being impulsive. And this is talking, there's definitely some sneaky energy around you, absolutely, because there's been a loss in your lifestyle. And but now you're coming out victorious at the top, because you know what you know. Once you knew what you knew, it was easy to let go of these people. Like, who wants to be around that, right? People that are juggling morals, you know. And there's some information coming in about some pentacles that's been well documented, and maybe you haven't been receiving it. Perhaps you haven't been receiving your mail, you know. And this energy here is talking about having the strength and the courage to stay on your destined path and have confidence in God's plan. So I'm going to clarify this for those that want clarification. It's pretty clear. I really feel that this is super clear, like it's eclipse energy for sure. You know, and just so you know, eclipse season lasts about 6 months. So this energy is like percolating. So don't be expecting like a boom. It's not going to be a dramatic change. And I feel like you've probably had enough drama in your life anyway. So the cards I'm using are from the Oracle, Tales from the Vector, and the numbers on these cards represent the paintings. There's 64 of them that are in the gallery in my website. I'm working on bringing it out, but then I realized I want to play with it a bit, and I do have the website. I will put the energy in, or the numbers here in the order they appear in the description box below. If you're interested in checking it out, go ahead and check it out. It might give you further clarity. Definitely here we have Uranus energy coming out, and this card has been coming out in a lot of my readings, and it's very significant because the energy of Uranus is moved into the sign of Gemini about 2 months ago now, a bit more now. And this energy is in Gemini. When Uranus in Gemini wants the truth to come out. And the last time Uranus was in Gemini was in 1941 to 1949. And that was when, you know, we were in the thick of World War II and then the aftermath. So that was like 75 years ago. And I feel that there's a lot of truth coming out, and we're seeing this again in the news. Again, I just glanced at the news before. I like to keep on top of the news just for 5 minutes a day. And there's a lot of new news out there, again, like saying, oh, there's some more truth coming out, and it's coming out in weird ways. Uranus, bottom line is, Uranus is going to be in Gemini until 2033. So it's significant in this reading. It's 7.5 to 8 years of this energy, of the truth coming out. And this is God's plan. There's just going to be so much truth that no one's going to be able to hide from what the truth is. So it'll be in God's good time. And so this is definitely, this card is coming in to say that. When I have horoscope signs come in my readings, I just want you to be aware. I am not talking about individual people. I'm talking about the energy of the sign. If you ever get your birth chart done, you'll find that you have every sign in there, you know, and somewhere in your chart. So each sign has its strengths and weaknesses, and we can learn from those. And we can learn a lot about ourselves, and we can learn how to get along with people better because of it. So definitely Uranus is a pain in the butt for anyone who doesn't want the truth to come out. And then we have destruction, and this is talking about sometimes, you know, this is a tactic that people use, where like going out of their way to totally destroy something, so that you can never recover it. You'll never be able to be that same person that you were. There's no way, but you can still be victorious. and maybe this is a better version of you, and I think most likely it is, especially if you start hanging around with better people. And then we have the anger, and this is talking about, you know, you might be really, really angry when you find out what happens, and this can also be talking about in your family. There could be a lot of anger from a situation that happened, like, you know, a long time ago, with this Uranus energy coming in here. So the thing about anger is a lot of people use it as a motivational tool, but it really is not a great motivational tool, because it's the gift that keeps on giving. When you're angry, you tend to attract more anger, and it's just it can get passed down from one generation to the next, and it's acidic. We have another tactic coming in, denial. And this is quite often comes from within ourselves. A lot of times we'll be in denial. You don't want to know what's really going on, so you put the rose-colored glasses on, and oh, that couldn't be. What I don't know won't hurt me. And then you find out, oh yeah, it can. It can hurt you, and the people around you are capable of doing these things, and you realize it. And when you do, it's challenging. You might be angry, and you know, you might be really hurt, and it might be really hard to accept. But eventually, if you recognize, look, I have to take a good hard look at this, at myself. I have to see, what am I not looking at? What am I afraid of here? And improve the situation for yourself, because no one else is going to. If you don't do that for yourself, no one else is going to. God will, but you know, God likes us to do it ourselves. So it's more like a guiding system rather than, oh, here, let me do it for you kind of energy. So the star energy is getting back into on your destined path. When you're in the star energy, you're following your North Node energy, your North Star. You're moving forward to be the best version that you can be of yourself, and taking your experiences here and using them to be victorious. This is awesome energy. And then we have Aries. Yes, Aries is the infant of the zodiac, and just in the last, you know, there's been a lot of huge planets moving, like that take a long time to move. Uranus isn't the only one. Neptune did. Jupiter is moving around. There's a lot of energy astrologically. Not so much now, but we're still dealing with this energy. A lot of planets moved. I think there was 6 in the last 6 months that moved into the sign of Aries, and I was like, wow, this is the infant of the zodiac. This is brand new energy, perfect for going on a new cycle though, and rebirth. And so this is sitting right on this reconciliation. It's saying, be very careful who you invite back into your inner circle, because there's people that are going to be coming towards you, possibly, that want to see if they can get you back in this energy, because justice is coming in, and they don't want to have to face the consequences of their actions. And then we have justice, boom, right at the top there. There we have it. And you're going to see this in the news, and this is about redemption of karma as well. A lot of people feel that karma is punishment, but karma is actually cause and effect of your actions, and sometimes your inactions. So if you're causing hardship, you know, and struggle for other people because you want what they have, and then you expect that you're going to get away with that forever. And I mean, this can be a generational thing. So there could have been something that happened like way back when. The crystal that wanted to come out for this reading was Moldavite. And Moldavite is very rare. It's from Germany, and it's been like, you know, it has a very high vibration. It's quite rare. And it was from a meteorite that hit, I think they think it's close to 15 million years ago. So it's been around the block a time or two. And it's that kind of energy. You can just feel like, it's time. So I do hope you've enjoyed this. I really feel like stay calm and recognize that if there's a lot of emotions coming in right now, check in with yourself. Are those really your emotions? Because you're victorious. This justice is coming in for you. And you don't want to be acting impulsive right now. Just stay chill. A lot of times right before something, a shift like this, we can feel it coming on, and it can cause a lot of excitement. And psychosomatically, the sensations that run through our body for excitement and anxiety are very, very similar. So you want to make sure that, you know, that you're not just feeling the anxiety of other people's energy, and you're more just chilling out. Just chill out. That's the advice for this reading. All right, I do hope you've enjoyed it. Thank you so much for your time and energy, and your likes, comments, and subscribes. They mean a lot to me. I really do appreciate you, and bye for now.